Well, hey y'all. Happy Monday. Well, welcome back. I've got so much going on in my garden, and it's the first of the month coming up this week. So it's time to talk about what you can plant in your garden in April. So there's some things that are coming off of our planting calendar for this month, and there's a couple things adding on, a couple things that are going to stay with us all the way into the summer. So we're going to talk about what you can plant. I'm going to show you a couple of cool things that are going on in the yard, and then I'm going to give you two different little tips that I have, and one of them has to do with solving for one of the most annoying things about grow bags. And then I'm also going to share with you my first little fill up of my potato bags, because last time we talked, I said it'd be about a week and a half. It was a little bit longer than that, so they went from being like this when we talked last to being like that. So I share a little bit of me filling that bag up for the first time with you, so you can kind of get an idea of what that looks like. So let's go check out what's going on in the garden and what you can plant this month and my little tips that I've got for you. Okay, so here's a look at what you can plant in April in the low desert or in Zone 9b. So we're going to get another chance with artichoke, the Jerusalem variety. You can still do basil by transplant, lima beans until the 15th, snap beans like your garden variety green beans until the end of April. Then you can do yard-long beans, black-eyed peas, you can do carrots, still from seed until the end of April, sweet corn until the 15th, cucumbers last chance is going to be the end of April. You can do Armenian cucumbers for a while, along with all the melons. So all the melons meaning cantaloupes, honeydew, any melons that are like the Armenian cucumber that have a white seed. Those are all going to be well into the summer types of things we can grow. So eggplant from transplant, now is the time to plant okra, onion, the green onions, time to plant peanuts. You can still get some peppers in from transplant. Then you can get pumpkins, sweet potatoes, summer squash, sunflowers, tomatillas, and tomatoes from transplant, watermelon, and winter squash. And that's what you can plant in April. The bale I am just happy with. If you get down in here, you can even see that we've got a little tomato coming in here. Now there's some new things that I'm growing, like cumin and Egyptian spinach. So I'm gonna kind of have to get out here and figure out what's what, and I know a couple of things are grass. After my first big round of fertilizer, I did a foliar feed about a week ago. All of my strawberries just really went off, like they're full of berries. And the cool thing is you can see, like, this is a new plant. This is an alpine white, and this is a new plant because it's one of the bare roots that I planted. But this plant over here, this is a second season plant, and look at, those flowers are big, and those are going to be big strawberries. So hurrah to the ones that were from last year, and we're excited about what we're going to get this year. Raised bed really is starting to show out. I got all kinds of beans coming up here, kind of an overplanting of carrots. So I'm going to take some of this off and use it for smoothies. I got another round of radishes, and I'm going to just do a whole bunch of green beans in here to catch up with that green bean planting. And then I got some different squashes and melons that are coming in there, and spaghetti squash that are getting real big down there. This Cherokee purple is looking awesome, and so is this. I think it's a bumblebee, and that's my Yukon Gold potatoes, and these are the ones that you get to see me fill in. Then over here, these tomatillas are going crazy and the bees are all over them. So we're definitely going to have better success there. Loving this green romaine, and we've got some beans coming in there in the back. Finally got a lot of my squash seedlings to come up back here. Lots of my tomatoes are looking amazing too. Actually making tomatoes and just being awesome. My huckleberry is also making berries now. These are a long-term berry project because they have to go from green to like a dark purple black, and then they're gonna almost shrivel up, and then that's when you're gonna be able to eat them. But you guys let me know, are you already getting berries on your huckleberries? I am crazy for this poppy and it's kind of taking over my sage, but we're just gonna see what happens. This tomato has got tons of little babies on it. There's some right there. The cilantro is looking happy and awesome, and back here the dill is looking pretty great too. So lots of the onion little balls, like the bulbs that I planted, are doing great, and the ones that I planted from seed up front are doing well too. This Mama Jamma is just doing awesome, and these are the only tomato seedlings that I planted that survived. But here soon I'm gonna share with you a video where I really clicks in with me what I've been doing wrong with my seedlings. So there's a little tour of my garden. Just like I said, it's been about a week and a half, maybe a little bit over a week and a half, and these potato plants have really, they went crazy. I mean, I thought that they would be like maybe 2 inches tall, but they are like a good, I mean, my fingertip, my longest finger is touching the bottom of the bag, and they're like up to my wrist. So this fancy technique is really just going to entail filling the bag all the way up to where the tops of this are just barely showing, and that's going to cause potatoes to grow all along these stems and produce more potatoes than just what's here in the bottom of the bag. So we're going to get to it now. Now, just as I get through here, I'm gonna water this in some, and that's obviously going to cause the soil that I just added to settle more. So I might need to add just a little bit more soil before I call it done on boosting up this level. And so these over here are a little bit taller than the ones that are over here. But I still think that once I water it in, we'll be able to see the tops of those, and then that might be all I need to add for this trip here. Here's a quick little tip for you. Now, we all love our grow bags until it comes time to having to fill them with soil because they're flimsy and the sides don't want to stay up. So a tip that I have for you is, you know, I love my binder clips. So what I do is I go along and kind of daisy chain the bags together like so, and then it keeps the sides up and keeps them from falling down as I add soil to them. So if you're having a problem or you're irritated dealing with these floppy bags, then get some of these clips or use something that you've got around the house to daisy chain them to each other, and then they'll stay up while you're getting them filled with soil and watered in. So there's my tip of the day. Well, I hope that you found that super helpful and that everything in your garden is looking at least as good as mine and maybe even a little bit better. And most of all, I hope that you're having the best day ever. And as always, I want to invite you to come over and join my Facebook group. It's All Purpose Mom, Seed Swap, and Garden Group. So it's like APM, Seed Swap, Garden Group. So come over there and join us for swapping seeds and swapping plants, and just a chance to share with me what you've got going on, pictures and otherwise, and any questions that you've got for the group. So have the best day ever.